Okay, so today we'll be opening up this 32-year-old Purolator oil filter, number L10193. And we'll be comparing it to this 1-year-old Purolator oil filter, number L10193. And I got this 32-year-old Purolator oil filter from a very generous viewer who goes by the Junkyard Drifter from Milwaukee, Oregon. Thank you. So today we'll take a trip back in time. Back to the year 1993, when you could go to your local auto parts store and buy this old Purolator oil filter. Go back home and install it on your new back then 1993 Plymouth Glazer. Yep, the one with the 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine. Let's see if these filters were made better now or back then. So let's get started. You gotta glue the silicone, be nice and tight. Get your angle here, filtration. Okay, let's start with this 32-year-old Purolator filter and start with the box. So right here we got Premium Plus. I'm not going to read all this, but you can freeze it. Freeze the video if you want and read it. Over here, got some filters that it crosses over to. You can also freeze that if you want, but it says multi-fiber high-density filter media. Okay, let's open this box up, see what this filter looks like. Oh, and the reason I say it's a 32-year-old filter is because down here, I know this isn't exactly correct, but it's the only thing I could really get. It says 1993. It's got a date code on the filter, but I can't decipher it. So this is all printed on. The date code S04H17-1. Made in USA. Okay, and this filter has 8 inlet holes, metal core with holes, and I believe the bypass valve was right here at the base end. 3 grooves there for threads, nitro rubber gasket. Sticks out pretty far. Okay, and the new Purolator oil filter, this one's like a year old. Look under here, Purolator. It's rated for 5,000 miles. 96.5% dirt remover power. Man Hummel. Okay. And that's about all the important information on this box. So let's open it up. The date code 100224B2. This is a sticker on here. Man Hummel Purolator filters. Made in USA. Okay, and this filter has 6 inlet holes. They're larger inlet holes. Silicone A drain back valve. Metal core with holes. And a bypass valve down at the dome end. 3 grooves there for threads. And a nitro rubber gasket, which also sticks out pretty far. Pretty close. Alright, let's get the weight of these filters. So the 32-year-old filter weighs 133.1 gram. The new Purolator filter weighs 357.2 grams. A little bit heavier. Alright, let's open these filters up and see what's inside of them. Be right back. Okay, so here they are cut open. Take a look at the gaskets. I'll put the thickness of these gaskets up on the screen. And the 32-year-old Purolator filter has a thicker gasket, as you can see. They both look fine though. Base plates. And you get smaller inlay holes, more of them on the 32-year-old Purolator, but a little larger holes here on the new filter, so probably equal out. And that's a little bit, that's some kind of glue that they put on there, rubber, or feels like a glue that they put on there. It's pretty hard. Okay, so those look fine. Now there's a little rust there. Well, you can expect that for a 32-year-old filter. Okay, and 32-year-old Purolator has this base end bypass valve. So if the filter was clogged, the oil would go through these holes right here and come out under there. There's a spring inside there, so it'd push on it. Let me get a pen, see if I can show you. You push on these, they go pretty hard though, but push on that and the oil would come out through there and then back into your engine. Yeah, kind of a cool design, I like that. And this serves as a anti-drain back valve also. See? And that's nitro rubber. The new filter has a silicone anti-drain back valve. Looks nice. That fits right on there. Yeah, covers the holes nice. Okay, so let's look at the filter element. We'll look at the 32-year-old filter. So you got this old Purolator string on them. And the seam, I'm not sure where the seam is. Probably inside seam, maybe right there. But this filter has 50 pleats with these fiber end caps. And I don't have the specs on this filter media because, you know, being how old it is, I have no idea what it is. But it looks pretty good. A little space there. Okay. And the old Purolator has this type of stamp leaf spring because it has the bypass valve at the dome end, and it seals there nicely. Okay, let's look at the new Purolator. Well, it's got this spacer right here. Just like that. And metal end caps. Bypass valve right here, which has a setting of 15 to 18 psi. Metal crimp seam. Kind of a gap there. Otherwise they look nicely spaced. Pretty clean. And this filter has 54 pleats. Okay, and this has a micron rating of 96% at 20 microns, and it's a multi-fiber high density filter media. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And the new Purolator has a coil spring. The cans, I'll put the thickness, width, and flutes up on the screen. These cans are very similar as far as the specs go. Okay, now let's get the width of these filters. So, Purolator, the old Purolator, now it's hard to see, 1.96 inches wide. And the new one, 1.94 inches wide, minus a tenth of an inch. Okay, so let me cut these filters open, stretch them out, and see what they look like under a microscope. Be right back. Okay, and here the filter's all stretched out, and I took a little sample there, so that's why it's not right at the edge of the table. The 32-year-old filter is 74.5 inches long, and the new filter is 78 inches long. Okay, and let's get the thickness of this filter media. So the 32-year-old filter is 0.90 millimeters thick, and the new Purolator filter is 0.88 millimeters thick. Okay, this is the filtering side, back side. And if we take a look at these guys under a microscope, the 32-year-old Purolator has a couple of light spots in it. So I think the new Purolator would do a little better job of filtering. So let's take a look at that picture. So with the light spots in it, I think the newer Purolator would probably do a better job of filtering. And there's only about 3 square inches of filter media separating the two. And let's take a look at the rest of the filter. Okay, so we already went over the gaskets, any drain back valves, all this, coil spring, stamp leaf spring, fiber end caps probably. They both have holes for the center core. And you know, the cans are pretty much the same also, so not much of a difference there. I think between the two, they're pretty much a tie. I mean, it depends what you like, what you prefer, because you know, you got a spring over coil spring, stamp leaf spring, you got these fiber engineered caps or metal caps. Definitely like the bypass valve on this, on the old one. I like these style bypass valves. So if I had to pick between the two, I would use either one of these filters. I think they'd both do a good job. What do you guys think? And again, I want to thank the Junkyard Drifter for sending me this 32-year-old Purolator oil filter. And I also want to mention that he has a YouTube channel, and it's auto related. So you might want to check it out. I'll put a link to his channel down below in the descriptions. And with that being said, I think I'll wrap this video up. And don't forget, Oil Filter Fridays. I open up an oil filter every Friday on this YouTube channel. So if you like this video, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and take care. The 32-year-old Purolator filter media weighs 20 grams even. The new Purolator filter media weighs 14.4 grams.